G'day everyone, CorruptCarnage here, and today I'm going to teach you how to cook my world famous spaghetti. This is going to taste absolutely magnificent, so let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is turn on the hot plate, get a little bit of oil, which I have up here. And problem is, because I've only got one hand, it's going to take a while to undo the lid. I should have thought of that before, but oh well, you get that. So take the lid off, a little bit of oil there, not too much. And chuck a bit of oil in there. There's plenty of oil, as you can see. Whack the oil over to the side there, and let that heat up for a moment. And while it's heating up, it's on level 5. The fry pan's on level 5, so that's all right. Next thing, I'm going to go over and turn the stove on. Now with my spaghetti, I don't have actual spaghetti. I like to have penne, so that's what I like to have. So I'll get into that in a second. But once this heats up, good thing to also do before you chuck in the spaghetti into the water, the penne, is just a little bit of salt, not too much, and that way this pasta will not stick to themselves. That's just a little tip to use. So that's getting nice and brown there, as you can see. So chuck in the diced onion. I haven't chopped it very fine because I don't like it when it's chopped very fine, so I like to have it fairly coarse, but you can have it as finer as you want. But yeah, chuck in the onions. Look at that. And give it a bit of a mix around. I've got a little bit of garlic in there at the moment, but I'm going to throw a little bit more in. You're probably able to hear me speak, so I'll try and speak a little bit louder so you can hear me. So mix that through. You want to get a little bit of garlic, a little bit more garlic, because I am a garlic freak. Throw that in there like that. Grab your handle again and mix around until that's a bit golden brown. Hopefully you can hear me, because I try and put my mouth a little bit closer to the camera. So let's just get that nice and golden brown. Perfect. Alright, so these aren't even on, you idiot. Let's turn the stove on, so they should heat up. It's going to be a pretty long episode because it's a pretty long process. But once that gives it another minute or so, I'll come back and I'll chuck on the mince. Alright, the onions have been cooking for about a minute now. I'm going to grab the mince and I'm going to throw, I think it's 800 grams of mince, doesn't really matter. So just throw that into the pan. I'll just quickly throw that in the bin because I don't need that anymore. But generally I like to cook about 800 grams of mince, and it's a little bit frozen, which is going to be an absolute pain in the ass. And there's a whole onion in there, which I didn't say before. So there's a whole onion in the bottom. This is going to take forever to get rid of this. I might come back when the mince is cooked. Everyone knows how to cook mince, so it's hard to do this one-handed. So I'll come back when it's done. All right, so I've diced up the mince into nice cubes, kind of like meatballs, with just a little bit smaller than meatballs. I'm going to let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until the mince is cooked all the way through, and I'll come back when that's done. Alright, the mince is cooked. Next thing to do is, before I do that, I might chuck in the noodles into the water. So I've got 2 pots going because I haven't got a pot big enough for the noodles, so I had to get 2 noodles going. So basically just pour the noodles into the boiling hot water there. Just give it a mix around there. Whoops, bit of water on the stove. It's alright, cool. So now the mince is cooked, as you can see. Perfect. You want to get it's just a pasta sauce, and whack it in there nicely. Beautiful. I might chuck in a little bit of water in there to not waste it all. So get it all out of there. Look at that. Perfect. And the last thing is just the tomato supreme. Sorry, diced tomatoes. Because I got a lot of mince, I need to have 2 lots of tomato sauces. Sweet. And we can give that a mix now. Actually, before we do that, we might as well chuck in the pepper. We always need pepper in my food. So chuck in the pepper there. Salt. You can never have too much salt. So whack on the pepper. Sorry, the salt and pepper. The next thing is Italian herbs. Just chuck in a little bit of Italian herbs. And that should be a bit more, that should be plenty. So Italian herbs is the key to any spaghetti bolognese. So we've got the noodles cooking there nicely. and we just want to stir this in now. Stir this in nicely. So you just want to get all the mince around, obviously, and mix it through this beautiful sauce. You can smell the garlic wafting through the house. It's absolutely remarkable. It's a little bit watery at the moment, but it's all right. The steam will get rid of that water, and it'll turn it beautiful by the end of the cooking. So basically I'm going to let that simmer now for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes back. So leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes and just let it simmer. Let all the juices and flavours infuse, and I will come back with a masterpiece. It's imperative also that you continue to stir the noodles because they're going to stick to the bottom of the pan. Oh, don't try and do it too hard, otherwise you will get water everywhere like I just did. So you've always got to stir the noodles so they don't stick to the bottom, because when they stick to the bottom it's an absolute pain in the ass. So that's alright, cool. I'll come back when this is simmered for 10 minutes, alright? And I'll add some things to it, and it should be ready to serve out. Look at that, it looks absolutely brilliant. Oh, it smells so good. So I'll come back. It's been cooking for about 10 minutes now. Now I'm going to throw in some broad beans just to add it and make it a little bit more healthy. So I've always done this. Always in my spaghetti I like to add vegetables, and in this case I'm just going to throw in some broad beans because they are fantastic. So just to make it a little bit more healthier. So chuck in the broad beans like that. You can throw in peas, corn, doesn't really matter what you can put in. Actually, I might throw in some beans as well. I just grabbed some beans out of the freezer, and I'm just going to throw some more beans on there too, because there is a lot of spaghetti here, and I love my veggies. So chuck in a bit of cut beans. That should be plenty. And for those of you who don't like vegetables, eat them because they are good for you. So I need to do one more thing before this is ready, but if you let this simmer, if I let this simmer for another 5 to 10 minutes, you can just smell the flavours and that infusing into it. It's just absolutely remarkable. So if I let that sit for another 5 to 10 minutes, the pasta's cooking really nicely, and we should be ready in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll come back when it's simmered for a little bit longer. Alright, so it's simmered for about 10 minutes now. The noodles are just about cooked, and now we have to do the last ingredient, which is the most important part of this meal. It's sour cream. You can add natural yogurt as well, but I like to use sour cream. So I like to add about 150 grams of sour cream. It just makes the spaghetti so creamy, and this sour cream jar is getting away from me. It's hard to do with one hand. But you want about 150 grams of sour cream. And you just watch the colour that this goes after I'm finished dipping it in there. Alright, I'm finished with that. So let's just mix this through here. We just shut up. Bloody noodles. So freaking noisy. Alright. See how it's going nice and light? It just makes the spaghetti taste so much better. It's almost like spaghetti, it's almost like stroganoff, that creamy texture. It just absolutely tastes phenomenal. So once I stir this in, I'll probably give it another minute or so, and then I'll take the noodles off the stove and I will serve it up. So yes, I'll come back with when that's coming along nicely. Alright, so the noodles are done. I have it's imperative that you put cold water over them as well. Makes them taste so much better. The noodles are done. Sweet. Next thing you want to do is grab the bowl, of course, and I would like the noodle scooper, so I can throw some noodles from here into the bowl, because I'm serving this up right now. To the bowl, I'll probably have 3 scoops because I'm a bit of a fatty, so I'll have 3 scoops of that. Right, put that back down there, and we'll chuck the bowl back over here, and actually I'll put it a bit closer over to the side here, and we can grab this masterpiece. Look at that, it looks absolutely fantastic. And a couple of scoops here. Probably do 3 scoops. Yeah, just nicely on top of there like that. Bring this over here, and of course a bit of parmesan on top like that. And that is how you cook spaghetti bolognese in the real life Minecraft. And this is going to taste absolutely It's going to taste absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to hoe into it. Anyway guys, I'm CorruptCarnage. Please subscribe if you like this cooking episode. And could you also like and favourite this video, because it helps me out a lot. Anyway guys, I'm CorruptCarnage, and I'll see you in another Real Life Minecraft cooking episode soon. Bye bye. This is going to taste fantastic. Oh my god, it's going to taste so good.